Thanks to Wendigo Tea for their support. They're keeping each episode steeped in mystery and value. WendigoTea.com.
Your daily game plan for success. It's Sachs in the Morning. Steve Sachs.
Hi, Steve Sachs here with Sachs in the Morning, and welcome to Wednesday, the 12th of April. This is Walk-On Week. How great. Love it. These are about people that just had to get through the weeds, walk on, and give it a shot. And today we have an outstanding person we're going to talk about. And the culmination of this week is going to be finished off by somebody really great when we talk about the great Rudy Ruettiger tomorrow. For our long-form guest is going to be outstanding. And speaking of underdogs, let's talk a little bit about Wendigo Tea for a moment. Wendigo is setting out to change people's minds about what they think of when they think about tea. And they have so many to sample from the Firebird Chai to the Siren Vocal Health Tea, which I absolutely love, to their King Dragon Oolong Tea, which is known as the King of Teas. So go to wendigotea.com and put in the promo code of SAX, that's S-A-X, at checkout, and save 15%. And you can also find that link on the Sachs in the Morning website as well. So as it goes, I was back in New Jersey this last week, and I got the pleasure of meeting the great Rudy Ruettiger. And the great thing about it is Rudy has agreed to come on tomorrow. So he's got quite a story to talk about. And I was just really stricken by how down to earth he was, what a nice guy he was. So tomorrow you're going to hear his great story right from him. So what I thought I'd do today is I'd just set you up a little bit. So Rudy basically, he grew up in Joliet, Illinois. He was one of 14 kids, so he had 13 siblings. So kind of like the chronology of Rudy was that after high school, he joined the Navy and he was there for a couple of years. And after that, he experienced an unbelievable problem with his friend who was working at a coal power plant. And he's going to talk to us about this tomorrow. His friend was crushed to death, and it really shook him to the core. And Rudy decided from that he was going to get his life going in a positive direction. So he attended Holy Cross Junior College for 2 years and then off to Notre Dame. And that's where the whole story really, really does gain some traction. So a couple of the highlights that happened after he went to Notre Dame and the tackle that he had made. He's going to go through that, obviously. But the movie really does bring it all to light. And this movie was something that he had pushed himself. Rudy had pushed himself. He's going to tell you about this tomorrow. Rudy had pushed this movie himself for 10 years before it came to its culmination and was on the screen for everybody to see. And a lot of people, when they think about Rudy, they think, oh, he's only, 5'6", and he's not a real huge guy. Well, I'll tell you what, it doesn't matter because Rudy was a really good athlete. He excelled in baseball, obviously in football as well, but he was a championship boxer at the 175-pound limit at Notre Dame. So Rudy was a really good athlete, all in the middle of having to deal with dyslexia. This is a guy who had dyslexia, and so he was still able to, graduate from one of the greatest and prestigious universities in the world. I think when you look at this thing, you got to kind of look at Rudy and say, what did he do that was so special? And, it's just like the old adage, if you stay in there long enough, you'll find something good that happens. The way I look at it is, and I kind of live my life this way as well, is Rudy stayed in there until he got in the way of an opportunity that came up. He didn't quit. He didn't say, what was me? The odds are stacked against me. Oh, why do I have dyslexia? Why am I not this, gigantic athlete? He dealt with all of it, and he stayed in there and got in the way of a great opportunity and made it happen. So obviously, if you've seen the movie, you know that the backbone of the movie is all about perseverance and staying with it and, never giving up. But my Lord, the other idea to think about was here's a guy from Indiana going to Hollywood and shopping a movie for 10 years. That in itself is an amazing feat, how he just stuck with it and kept pushing it. And this is an iconic movie now. It's changed a lot of lives. Rudy gets a lot of fan mail, a lot of email from people where it said that kids in high school wanted to quit on their dreams and they were talking about just giving up. And then they went and saw the movie and it changed their lives. That is an amazing feeling for him, I'm sure. And that is my short for today. If you like what you heard, give us a positive review, subscribe, and share. Also, remember that the Sachs in the Morning swag is now available on my Instagram site. Go to SachsInTheMorning_podcast. You'll see it right there on the Instagram, and just hit the link. Everything's there, mugs, hats, tumblers, you name it. Take advantage of it.